Welcome to the Millerhood. So, guys, here's the deal. Guys, gals, people of whatever gender you want to be. Here's the deal. We here at the Millerhood have cracked. This isolation has broken us down, and we need to have some serious conversations. So tonight, we're just going to talk. We haven't really seen each other in a while. It's been a very long time, actually. So we're going to talk. What's happening? What's going on with us? We may talk about some serious topics. It may not all be jokes, okay? It may not be 45 minutes of us making fun of Nick. It could be
Might not be.
any one of us being made fun of tonight.
It could be Richard.
So we're going to call this Millerhood After Dark. And it's just us having borderline serious conversations. So of any of the topics we discuss, comment below. Or if you're listening to this, rather than looking at our faces, and it's not on YouTube, because, sometimes people just put YouTube on and set it to the side. I do that. I listen to YouTube more than I watch it. But either way, if you can't comment below, then leave us a review. 5 stars is what we're looking for. We'll take a 3, but we're really looking for 5. Don't come at us with that weak 3.5 stuff. Commit. 3, 4, 5.
5.
None of this halvesy stuff, okay? All right, either way. So that's what we're going to do.
Wow.
Let's get started.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Millerhood. All right, so I think the first thing we should talk about is conspiracy theories, because we found out something that apparently I did not know about Nick. Michael, would you like to share?
Which thing?
The moon.
Oh, Nick here doesn't believe that we landed on the moon.
No, that is not true. I don't have that opinion anymore. Yes, you know what? I had that opinion for the longest time. Okay.
Photoshop.
I had the long. It wasn't Photoshop. No, it's just I had that opinion for the longest time in my own stupid little brain because I didn't do any research on the subject.
Orson Welles.
Why would I? Because who cares? But I did some research. I don't have that opinion anymore.
Why don't you tell the folks why you thought it wasn't real, Nick?
Because, okay, the moon, to my opinion, which I did research on this now, so I don't actually have this opinion anymore. But there was no. My opinion was there was no gravity in space, like on the moon, right? So the flag was waving, and because I'm not a scientist, I was never like a science geek or running everything. And nothing occurred to me to think that laws of physics could actually apply to something. I don't know what the moon is.
Laws of physics do not occur on the moon, Richard.
They only apply to the Earth.
They only apply to the Earth.
I don't know what the moon is. Is it a planetoid?
Laws do not apply to the moon.
Is it a star? I don't know what the moon is.
The moon is not a star, Nick.
Not a star.
Is it just one big rock? I have no idea.
The moon is a rock.
But
the moon is a rock.
When Neil Armstrong planted it, I think it was Neil Armstrong who
planted it. He planted the flag. Yes, he did. To grow other flags.
The flag waved.
That's where flags come from.
Like he was walking away or whatever, and the flag was waving. And it's like, it was very like if you were to make a movie, which I know was a big theory that was going around after when they were doing it like live, like
Stanley Kubrick.
A lot of people thought like they were doing it on like a movie set, and that's how they made the flag move. Like that they just made the flag wave.
John Carpenter.
The flag was an actor.
James Cameron. I'm just saying movie directors.
Michael Bay. The moon blew up.
Yeah, if Michael Bay was the director for the moon landing, the moon would have exploded.
It would have. As soon as the flag touched down.
Or the Earth would have exploded.
This is what happens when you don't do like any research.
Nick, you didn't even know that the moon wasn't a star. So here's the deal, Nick. So you didn't know the moon wasn't a star, and yet you had an opinion on whether or not the moon landing was real. Do you see the problem with most conspiracy theories and people that talk about them? I have no problem with a well-informed, educated, and researched viewpoint that goes against the status quo. However, when that same thing is mimicked and spoken by people who don't know the moon's not a star, it casts doubt on the theory. Now, Nick, what I would like, Nick, is I'd like to hear your journey. How did you go from there's no such thing as the moon to now understanding that we actually did land on the moon?
Well, first off, okay, I'm not dumb, okay? I'm not blind. There's obviously a big freaking rock in the sky. I obviously never thought there wasn't a moon.
Wait. Question. Is said big rock a star?
I'm on over here, not over there. No, it's not a star. Obviously, that was a joke. I was being hyperbolic, Richard. No, I did my research. I looked up like stuff, and I figured, you know. This is the.
Where'd you research?
Huh?
What did you?
What'd you research? Where'd you go?
Like videos about it, like people, like actual friggin' scientists. I don't know their names. I looked it up a long time ago. That were talking about how things work and
I
how.
hope it wasn't Bill Nye, because he's not a scientist.
I've got as much of a degree as Bill Nye's got, my man.
Well, he does have a degree. It's just not in.
It's a bachelor's degree.
He has a bachelor's degree.
He has a bachelor's degree. That's all he has.
Yeah. So no, I did,
Oh, yeah.
but that's the issue though. I didn't do any research, and I had this opinion that's not valid by any stretch, because there's no facts behind it. And that's what happens when you have theories that can't be applied because there is no basis in fact.
So what was your aha moment? What is the piece of information that once that information entered your brain, there was a shift and you went from there's no moon to wait a minute, hold on. Not only is there a moon, but I think man might have tread upon its some what do they call
surface?
The Sea of Tranquility. That's what they call it.
Well, I can't say someone said, oh yeah, there's a moon, because again, like I said before, I never thought there wasn't a moon. But I was listening to this one scientist, I think he worked at NASA, say something. He was explaining in detail how it worked.
The moon?
How what worked?
The mission itself to actually go to the moon. And
so the level of detail in his description of the Apollo missions?
Yeah. And he had like reports pulled up and stuff, like he could show what was going on. It was really interesting. Like, and that's why I state, you got to do more research, you know? You can have theories and conspiracy theories, but you do research into them. Don't let yourself be fooled by anyone just spouting off theories, because you'll get sucked in if you don't do anything. Don't do any research about it.
Hey, Nick, so did you do a lot of that research stuff when you looked into Area 51?
Oh, are you guys Area 51 guys?
Nick is. Nick's a big alien guy.
I I I don't believe in aliens myself. Like I'm not completely against the possibility of there being other life forms that are sentient and smart like we are on other planets. But do those life forms come to Earth and mutilate humans?
I don't know about mutilating. I think
Probably not.
I'm not now. Listen, I'm not against the idea of aliens, right? But I've seen human beings, and I think if there was other intelligent life forms, pretty sure they just go ahead and skip her.
There's a South Park episode about that where that aliens go to test them, and they don't know they're being tested, and they fail the test, and like, yeah, you humans have to. We're not doing this. We're just gonna go.
Now, I am a big mystery.
Humans aren't all that.
I am a big mystery buff. You know, like Loch Ness, Bigfoot, all the unexplained stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Whether I believe it or not, I think it's cool to look into. So I like reading about it, watching about it. So it's cool to look into, but I can't really say yes or no whether I really 100% believe in it. But I think it's really cool to look into.
I love conspiracy theories
I
and
love it. It's pretty cool.
myths and mysteries and things like that. I think all that stuff is super interesting.
And it really doesn't have to be like creatures or anything. Stonehenge, all the huge megaliths that no idea, like the perfect curvature of the stones that are built into each other. Like, it's crazy, right?
No, it's not that crazy, and it's not that perfect. It looks like they just took the stones and slapped them together. They're not perfectly curved or anything.
Some of them are, man.
No. And not only that, if you research and look up like how they built things back then, like it only seems impossible because we are McDonald's. We are Walmart. We are I want it now, make it happen now. We don't have the thought process to take on a task that is going to take 100 years to complete.
I get that.
They did back then, though.
I get that.
They also had slavery. How did they build these gigantic things? Because they had dictators that could just say, hey, everybody, you're going to build a big thing now. Yeah, a lot of you are going to die in the process. I don't even care. Build my big, gigantic monument. That's how it happened.
I get that. They more think of the weight and all that. The amount I mean, we're talking tons.
But it's just physics. You can a tiny
leverage
can move a lot of weight.
Yeah.
A lot of levers can move a lot of weight.
It would be cool to see how it was done.
You can do the research. There are things, ancient like histories and books where they detail how certain things happened.
Yeah.
Yes. I have not read them. I've heard of them, though.
I'm interested to see how they carve the huge faces and the giant stones and stuff. I think that'd be...
What, are you talking about, like, Easter Island?
Well, stuff like that, man. It's just, like, precision work with the tools they had.
Now, listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's no spooky stuff going on. I'm firmly believe in the supernatural. Like, there's so many things that we can't explain, and a lot of things that we call supernatural are just things we haven't scientifically figured out exist yet. Like, seriously, like the idea that like there's a prophecy in the Bible where these two dudes they're gonna die and the whole world's gonna see it. So like a couple thousand years ago, and that was written down, everybody was probably like, that's insane. There's no way that could ever happen. And now it's like, oh, yeah, look, it just means we're going to have a cell phone. You know what I mean? It's like,
I mean, look at this.
yeah, exactly.
Look at this. Look in the 80s, Total Recall. This was science
fiction.
Now this is every day. I mean,
right.
crazy.
Yeah. So I think that when people get all bent out of shape about miracles happening, it's just God doesn't care if we don't know how he does stuff. We haven't figured it out yet. That's what I think. But whatever. What do I know?
Yeah.
What are your favorite conspiracy theories then, Michael? Or weird things like the Loch Ness Monster? Oh, is it your favorite? What's your favorite one?
Atlantis.
Atlantis? Thought it was Oak Island.
Oak Island. Oh, man. Oak Island is my favorite. Oak Island is my favorite.
What's Oak Island?
Oak Island is they call it the money pit. It's a pit it's Oak Island. It's over by Nova Scotia. And they think the Templar Knights, one of the theories is it's the Ark of the Covenant in there. And they've dug and dug and dug for, 100 years now. And every so often they get down and down and down. And every time they get down a little bit, it floods because there's tunnels from the ocean. And you can tell that this was done by people, right? And this is not naturally done. They got, I think, every 10 meters or 100 meters or however, I think they've dug 200 meters at this point. And every 10 meters or so, they hit like wooden planks and they bust past it and then ocean floods in. I think 20 people have died at this point. 20 people? Yeah. And they finally, there's a Curse of the Oak Island show. I think we're on like the 4th season. The last season I watched was like season 3. They finally were able to get 200 meters down. And they were finally able to get a camera down there. It was like murky water because it's flooded. But they were able to see like, it's a cavern in there. They were finally able to see like stuff in there. They were able to see like, there's wooden beams, like ancient, like really old wood stuff down there.
So,
blocks, I think they saw.
So what do you think the whole thing is, Michael? What's in there?
I think it is.
Yeah, what is it, man?
Well, they've been tracing it from they've found stuff on the island from.
Give me the ESPN answer, bro.
What do I think it is? I think it could be the Ark of the Covenant. Personally.
The Ark of the Covenant. That would be so trippy. You said this is off Nova Scotia?
Yeah, because they've done, like, they've talked to a lot of people, and there's stones on the island, and they've gone through swamps on the island, and, like, from what everything's pointed to, and they've had to go to Paris and other places, and the markings on it, and it's, like, the Templar markings and everything. It's pretty dope, man. And from like tracing the lineage and the history and everything, it points to people coming over on Spanish ships and all this.
So you think the Ark of the Covenant is at the bottom of Oak Island?
I do. I think so. It's
interesting.
Or some Spanish treasure. I don't know, man.
Oh, Spanish gold. What about you, Nick? What's your favorite thing?
Huh? I don't know.
Oak Island, I think.
I like Area 51 because I don't know if I believe in aliens, but I would like to believe that there are other life forms out there on the like in other planets and stuff.
You're like Mulder. You want to believe. I get it.
It's a big universe.
Or like Stephen Hawking. It was Hawking who said we have like thousands of different realities.
Yeah.
Infinite universe.
That would be really cool, I think.
I think so too. I think I've said as much before. If there are multiple universes, it's really, that means that on some Earth and some other reality, there's no New York Jets at all. And I just think that just makes me happy to think that there's a world that exists where there's no New York Jets.
There's no Miami Dolphins. Oh, that's.
What would be the point of that? Shut up, Nick. Anyways, my favorite is the the flat Earth stuff. They've lost their steam lately, but when the flat Earth stuff started a few years ago,
out of all of them,
I was like, this is great. And these people, they are super passionate about there's no flat Earth. It's so crazy, dude. I mean, like there's the Earth is flat. They're super passionate that the Earth is flat. They have rap songs about it. You know it's legit if there are rap songs about it, right?
Like,
I thought we discovered this like 1,000 years ago, or like not 1,000, but like 500 years ago. We realized, oh yeah, the Earth isn't flat, and the sun is what we revolve around. Like, when did
there's theories.
They took a photo of the Earth from the moon, which I know up until very recently, Nick didn't think existed.
Oh, that's true.
But so flat Earth people also, Nick, they're right there with you. No moon.
There are theories that the moon is a satellite.
The moon is a satellite.
No, like an actual satellite, Richard.
It is literally a satellite. It is an actual
Richard,
satellite.
like an electrical satellite, Richard.
Well, no, it's obviously not an electrical satellite.
There are theories that is a alien-made satellite. There's also imagery going around that there. Have you seen the Black Knight?
What's this?
That comes and goes out of orbit. There's some alien satellite that comes and goes out of our orbit.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's called the Black Knight. Is
that a real thing?
The real thing.
I saw a dude who said he thinks that there's an asteroid that's going to hit the Earth and kill half of the population of the Earth in 2029.
Well, NASA said there's going to be a huge asteroid coming at us, next year, a couple years from now, but it's going to go right by us.
Yeah.
If it doesn't change course.
Whoopsie. What would they do? Like, if they found out that the Earth was just going to be totally destroyed, but I think, honestly, their best bet would be to do nothing.
They're going to call Bruce Willis.
What are they? I mean, if it depends on, like, the devastation. If it's going to kill absolutely everybody.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to try to save all the rich people.
Yeah, that's without saying. I mean.
They're going to try to build massive arcs because they've seen a lot of movies. Well,
they've already got stuff like that, I'm sure. I mean, if I was a billionaire, I'd have some secret bunker for when everything went bad. I'd be in it right now.
If that were to happen, I would get out of my house. I would come live with you and just enjoy my last little bit of time and just whatever.
Sorry, Tiffany.
Well, I mean, all of us. I mean, we'd all just come bunker down until bon voyage.
Till apocalypse.
I mean, what else? I mean, board up the windows and just fight off the crazies.
I mean, this is all fun, but there are some serious, like, super sketchy things the government does.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Like, I'm not one to just kind of take the status quo for granted. I think that you've got to have a healthy skepticism about most things, about all things, really. And, like, you watch the news and you got to realize somebody's controlling that. Somebody controls what gets said and what doesn't get said.
Oh, yeah.
There's a narrative that they're pushing. And it's not just one news station. Fox News does it just as much as CNN does. So it's just, I don't know. It's interesting.
I'm all for
I
that
used to be
government.
super dedicated to like keeping up on all the politics and always following. Like I'd listen to like all of like the conservative talk shows, then I'd listen to the liberal talk shows so I could kind of hear, you know, that side as well. I'd listen to NPR, and NPR tries to be like unbiased, but they're obviously biased most of the time. But I mean, like, the thing is though, it's like I just stopped because the whole thing gives you anxiety. Every single day it's like they want to kill you. We're all gonna die unless you vote this. Oh no, they want to kill you. We're all gonna die unless you vote this. And when I stopped following all that stuff, I didn't die. I've noticed nobody else really has died either. And not only that, I seem to know pretty close to what everybody else does. And all I literally read are the headlines to the news. And if there's something super serious, I'll dig in deeper and dive in and try to find out about it. But I don't stress myself out trying to find out which senator is doing this or that anymore. I think it's important to know what issues are. I think it's important to vote for things, but listening to the news every single day, all you're doing is getting a daily dose of what they want you to think. And no thanks.
Well, there's no unbiased news source. Like, that's why you can't trust the news anymore, because every news source has a bias.
Everyone has an agenda.
They want you to know what they want you to know.
Right.
No, nothing else.
Everybody has an agenda.
Yeah.
They can say they don't, but everybody has an agenda.
Well, this is definitely different than what we usually do. What are you guys' what are your plans as soon as they let us out? What are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna go streaking. I'm just kidding.
I hope they never let us out.
I'm gonna go like sit down at like a place. Or, like, I might go to like the park or something.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. Hopefully, I don't know. I'll do something. I'm probably gonna come to your house, man. Pool party.
Oh, I am going to have a huge party. I am going to invite everybody over.
What am I gonna do?
We will eat and be merry. I will not be drinking, but if other people want to, that's up to you.
Burgers and brats.
Be prepared to, like, when we come back and do our video like we usually do. Just like I would be prepared for things.
Why? Why are you guys planning on to shenanigans me?
I haven't had mine yet.
No.
Yeah, Nick. What the heck, dude?
No. I got stuff in the works.
Oh, he's gonna double shenanigan us, Michael.
We have stuff in the works too. For Richard.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
For Richard.
Did you hear him? He said for Richard.
You
guys already got me.
You two have three slaps left too.
You got us too.
Bring it on. I got one of you.
You got me twice. I've been hit twice already.
Oh yeah, you got hit twice because you got the double. Okay, but you guys already got me.
Michael,
what you did to me was horrible.
We got egged.
You egged us.
Did you have to eat the eggs?
I had that.
No, you did not.
You were gracious enough not to make us eat the eggs. I appreciate it.
You did not have to eat the eggs. No, you did not.
You got a prize, so.
That he wore when he egged us.
And your punishment doesn't count, Nick. Your punishment was tacos.
Yeah.
That's your guys' fault for doing the shenanigans wrong.
Oh.
So it doesn't count.
Okay, Richard. Okay, Richard, you hear that?
Oh, the next thing that we do is going to hurt his soul, Mike.
Oh, it's going to hurt his soul.
It's going to fracture a part of who he is inside.
Yep. Why would he tell you?
I'm curious now.
Be curious.
Oh,
I want it to happen just so I know what it is.
You might quit.
Yeah, it's actually so mean you might not do it.
Well, mine's
You
gonna,
might move out of Millerhood.
when mine
Go by O'Neill from now on.
when mine happens, yours is gonna be painful.
Mine
Good
is.
luck getting a show off the ground called O'Neillhood.
I would just call it O'Neill Millerhood.
It's cooler.
Good luck to me for that name.
It's got a hyphen.
Unbelievable. All right, so I guess Nick's going to shenanigan us the first chance he gets, and you two apparently are going to hurt me again, even though I just had to eat those stupid jelly beans.
You've got a high pain tolerance.
That was months ago.
Richard, I promise you, you won't have to eat anything.
But there will be minor physical pain, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, it's the tattoo then. Yeah, good job, guys. Way to keep it close to the vest. Nice job.
Yeah, but you don't know what it is.
It
You're
might
going
not
to
be
make
on,
me get a tattoo. Big, hairy deal.
It might not be on your chest.
Oh, no, a tattoo. What am I going to do? And besides, I have to agree to any tattooing of my body.
No. You said Wade and your wife had to agree.
And you
But
said
they love me.
Those were the only two stipulations.
Elizabeth won't do something crazy. Wade might.
You said your wife and Wade had to agree. Those were your only two stipulations, sir.
And you said we can't say no to shenanigans.
Haha.
I hope you both understand. Whatever you do to me will be repaid in kind.
I like tattoos. And I have no shame.
No. I don't mean it will be the same thing.
You said
I mean it will hurt at least a little bit more than what you do to me.
I like tattoos.
I'm gonna get another one. Whatever. It's my body. I can do whatever I want with it.
It's his body.
This was fun. We should have serious conversations more often.
Yeah, Millerhood After Dark.
So yeah, hey, drop some comments. What are some topics or issues you'd like us to discuss on here? We may talk about them, or we won't. You'll have to wait and see. Next week we will be back to our usual ridiculousness, and it should be extra fun and funky fresh all at the same time. And hang in there, man. We're all going to get through this somehow. It's going to be okay.
Yep.
We hope. Like, share, and subscribe. Leave us comments, tips, arguments. Even if you hate our faces, we'd like to know. And if you're listening to this, wherever you listen to podcasts, leave us a review. Tell us how great we are. If you hate us, don't leave us a review. Don't tell us how much you hate us. Not in the podcast app. If you hate us, tell us that on YouTube. But that's it. That's all for us this week. This has been the very first episode of Millerhood After Dark. You're welcome.
Yeah.